Hello, welcome to this update for the Western Pacific. So we have a couple of features to talk about. First, tropical storm Sima-on that might affect Japan. You pass very close. There's that subtropical area of investigation there, and there's 95W, a potential area for development as well. So let's see what will happen here. So we have tropical storm. They say tropical depression Sima on here, but on the other side there are a tropical storm. So the official track this very weak system. So it just kind of remain weak and pass like very close to eastern Japan. So this might leave some rain and some gusty winds near Tokyo or parts of eastern Japan. So let's see, the models generally take this in that direction there. Another model or two takes it somewhere else, but generally in the vicinity of eastern Japan there. So let's see here some models. This is the GFS. There's the storm there. It's very weak, so it kind of gets disorganized, but it becomes like a front and passes like very close to Japan. And there's some leftover moisture that the GFS turns into another system into Taiwan, but that's too strong. I don't think it'll be that strong. And then let's see, by September 30th, I think it forms the other area of interest near Guam. Then it takes the north, kind of near eastern Japan as well, and then it goes out. There's some other fronts and systems to watch out for later. And let's see, there's the European model as well. There's the system here. So there's the system there, Sima-on, and there's that subtropical area there. And then the European takes Sima-on there, very disorganized, but it might leave some heavy rain in eastern Japan. And the European also forms that system down near Taiwan and takes it just north of Taiwan too, kind of towards China and Japan later. So the European's quite strong with this as well. And there's the Canadian. Let's see the 0Z because there's Sima-on there, the other area. Sima-on kind of goes disorganized, brings some rain to eastern Japan, and then it forms the area near Guam, goes kind of towards Japan, and then forms the other area near Taiwan there. The first area passes just east of Japan there. The other area goes towards Taiwan and turns into a front into South Korea and Japan later. So it's basically this. Let's see that there's the icon too. There's Sima-on. It shows like that low pressure dies off and the other low pressure forms further south, and Sima-on becomes just a front to affect eastern Japan there. And then the icon is very strong with this next system heading towards Taiwan too. So almost all the models are forming something towards Taiwan. So you should be monitoring this very closely there. And for the other invest, the icon doesn't have anything big. Might try to become something weak. And let's see if this, for example, this hurricane model has Sima-on. So this is the tropical storm Sima-on, very weak and disorganized. The half A has a passing like through eastern Japan, some heavy rain portions of eastern Japan, but by like Friday, and then it goes out there. So just be aware there. Let's see, there's like this other model here, Sima-on. It's very disorganized. It brings some storms to eastern Japan, but quickly goes away. So just be aware there in eastern Japan. Might be some heavy rain from this, but nothing crazy. So that there's Sima-on the European. It goes this like Friday morning into Friday afternoon. So it shows a lot of storms throughout Japan, like central into eastern Japan. So this will be like Friday afternoon to Friday evening. So shows some very heavy rain throughout eastern Japan. Be aware in Tokyo because there's some high population centers there with this heavy rain. So be careful, and then it goes away there. So let's see. There's the GFS as well. It shows like that subtropical feature there. And then Sima-on comes, might affect those islands near Japan there, the Izu Islands. And then it brings some storms to eastern Japan Friday there, also like early on Saturday too, but mainly on Friday, and then it goes away. So be aware in Japan there's also like the icon. It shows the system there. This like Friday, some more storms to Central Japan, Eastern Japan. Might be very heavy in some spots, even on Saturday. Still show stuff on Saturday, but mainly Friday. So be careful there. The rain accumulation until Sunday from the European model show like 200 millimeters in parts of Central Eastern Japan. Tokyo around 90 millimeters. So, but other areas like 200 millimeters, 166. So a lot of rain and some heavy storms in those areas. Be careful. Near Osaka a little bit as well, and 100 millimeters in Matsusaka, so a little bit further south too. So be aware. Some more further up in Japan, a little bit of rain in the north, but the heavy rain will be mainly central eastern Japan, so please be careful. There's the GFS, it has the worst further east, maybe in some islands there, might get very bad, the rain, but it has like some parts of eastern Japan close to 97 millimeters, Tokyo around 53, so the GFS is kind of less. There's also the icon is really going high with this, so it show like 400 millimeters, central eastern Japan, like in some seas there 300, 400, but this is too much. I doubt this much rain will fall, but it's like 140 millimeters in Tokyo, and depending on how this plays out, there is a possibility, so just be aware in those areas. Now let's see, further south some 147 millimeters too, so be aware. Southern Japan is kind of quiet, southernmost there, but the islands might get some more storms too, so gotta watch. And let's see, some showers in northern Japan as well, so be careful there, be aware. And let's see, in the Philippines shows like next 2 days some passing showers and some storms, like tropical weather, and then all the way to next Monday, next 5 days, shows some more rain in the south, some occasional thunderstorms. Let's see, a little bit of rain in the central Philippines, some storms, but mainly the northern Philippines showing like 79 millimeters, so be aware. Those islands go 78, 79 millimeters. There'll be this developing system there, potential towards Taiwan. So right until next Monday shows 200 millimeters in the southern island of Japan, Miyakojima. So please be aware that this might affect you as well, and show like in Taiwan, northern Taiwan, so be careful. Around Guam, it's kind of not so busy, but it show like 33 millimeters, a little bit more further north for that invest, but just some passing storms there, but be aware anyways. This island here, Ogasawara from Japan, might some 25 millimeters, but depending on where this invest tracks, it might affect you, so keep a watch. There's Palau, some passing showers and storms, nothing crazy, and Micronesia, just some tropical showers and storms. Just be careful during thunderstorms. And let's see, next 5 days in Malaysia, Indonesia shows some showers and storms, heavier in some spots and less heavier in others, like some 100 millimeters in parts of western Sumatra. In Malaysia, so some spots more, like 72 millimeters, and spots less. A little bit in Brunei as well, but nothing crazy. Western Guinea might get like more than 100 millimeters, so be aware there. And let's see, more concentration of storms near Sumatra, southern Malaysia there, so be aware. Like northeastern Malaysia show like 43 millimeters, 47, some passing showers and storms from time to time, not every day, but there can be in the afternoon like some passing storms from time to time. And let's see, in Cambodia, Vietnam, and Thailand, it calmed down a little bit, so but still some passing showers and storms, like some calm tropical weather, but nothing crazy, some 45 millimeters. Just be aware of occasional thunderstorms. There might be a heavy storm or two, but be aware. Vietnam's kind of quiet, just northern Vietnam might be heavy, like 129 millimeters, so still some heavier downpours there. And let's see, around Myanmar, a little bit lighter in the south. The monsoon is quieting down slowly, but still some showers in the Bay of Bengal. Maybe a storm or two in Myanmar there. Some spots with more. Thailand, some showers and storms, but nothing crazy. Some occasional storms. Northern Myanmar might have more, like 24 millimeters, like 82 millimeters, and further north like 156 millimeters, so be aware. But northeastern India and southern China show like 160, so a lot more moisture there. Northeastern India, and shows other parts of northeastern India there, like more than 128 millimeters. Also northern Bangladesh might have more, like northernmost Bangladesh, so be aware, especially like northeasternmost India, southern China. But this whole area will be full of moisture next few days, especially in Nepal. So there's some big stuff happening in Nepal. Only the next 5 days to like 200 millimeters there, but some spots that the European has all the way up to like 500 millimeters next 5 days in Nepal. So please be careful. There'll be like rain and snow because there's the Himalayas there, so there'll be some heavier snow as well. But mostly rain in southern Nepal. But there might be some landslides and some flooding from all this concentrated heavy rain there. So please be careful in Nepal. If this happens, there might be some flooding. Let's see. There's this precipitation type. It shows in the Himalayas some snow, some wet snow in the mountains, and mostly rain southern Nepal, but does show some periods of freezing rain in the higher Himalayas, in northern Bhutan, throughout Nepal there, and in Tibet, some wet snow and more rain there. So be aware, but southern Nepal, mostly rain. The snow and wet snow is basically in northern Nepal there. But let's see, there's the snow accumulation. Next 5 days, the European model, northern Nepal, it has like more than 90 inches of snow in centimeters. Let's see, it will be like more than 231 centimeters of snow in those mountains. So because there'll be all that rain and moisture there, that moisture will form a lot of snow in the higher elevation. So please be careful with the heavy snowfall. And let's see, 184, 190, so a lot of heavy snow there. So be careful in Nepal. Along Tibet in southern China show like 72 centimeters, 45, so there'll also be snow there. In northern Bhutan shows some snow, even northeasternmost India in the Himalayas, so other areas of China, and even an area too of northern India in the Himalayas. So be careful, especially in Nepal with that heavy snow. The GFS has much less, so the GFS are like 10 centimeters, and the European has 200 centimeters almost, so a big difference. But the icon is like the European, it shows like 150 centimeters, 213 centimeters, so also showing some very heavy snow there. So northern Nepal into China and Bhutan, so be careful. And the rain, because the peak of that heavy rain will be further south than most of the snow, so the heavy rain will be a big problem. There's the GFS, so like more than 200 millimeters in southern Nepal, northeastern India, northern Bangladesh, more than 275 millimeters, so there will be flooding in those areas. Be careful, like all the way from northeastern India into Nepal, so please be careful. Northern Bangladesh too, southern Bhutan, maybe some more, so be aware. This is the GFS. The icon has a lot like the European. The icon is like 400 millimeters, 434, 300 millimeters, a big area of Nepal there, so please be careful. Northeastern India, like near Nepal, shows more than 300 as well. Northern Bangladesh shows northeastern India, those other areas northeastern India, so please be careful there. And in all those colored areas, there might be storms, so be aware, especially north, central India, might be more storms throughout many areas. But western India is still showing like 300 millimeters next 5 days to 100 millimeters. This is the icon. The Europeans has further south, but the Europeans at 300 millimeters in Mumbai. So if this happens, expect some impacts in Mumbai there. But this nothing certain yet, but it has 500 millimeters just north of Mumbai, 300 millimeters there, so please be careful. Let's see, the next 2 days already shows like 300 millimeters in Mumbai. Next day and a half show like 200 millimeters, so this rain's already happening. Like next 13 hours already shows like 152 millimeters in Mumbai, so please be careful there. There's the GFS. The GFS is a lot too, close to 196 millimeters in Mumbai. Some areas close to like 300 millimeters further north, so be careful. in western India there. Some more storms further south in southern India might have some rain. Sri Lanka might have some rain as well. So be aware. Some showers in the Maldives, some passing storms and showers in the British territories there. And yeah, but nothing that crazy. But be careful in India and Nepal. Those are the high risk areas in my opinion, especially Nepal there. So please be careful. In central China, shows more than 100 millimeters. Some areas of central China. Eastern China shows less, more on the coast and on the Pacific, but shows a lot in central China from some systems there. Shows more near North Korea too, like northern China, because there's that cold snap in Mongolia, northern China, that I talked about in a video yesterday. So you can watch that if you want, but the summary is like some heavier snow throughout Russia there, some areas of Mongolia, some snow too because of that cold snap. But yeah, be aware. But I think some information has changed since then. Yesterday was showing like more snow in Russia there. Today's a little bit less, but some models are still showing a lot of snow there in eastern Russia. So be aware. But now I think we have to deal with this potential system heading towards Taiwan. This invest here might pass close to Japan, but not a crazy threat. But this next system heading towards Taiwan might be more dangerous and affect more areas. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And let's just see maybe some wind gusts. It shows windy across China there, so there'll be that heavy snow in Nepal, but shows some high winds across China, some areas there, and shows like a little bit gusty winds with this storm near Japan there, especially like Friday as this system passed there, close to 8 km per hour gusts near Tokyo in some areas, so be careful there. Then it shows that system forming next week towards Taiwan in many areas. This is the European model, it's very strong too, so many models are showing this being a strong system, so we have to monitor this closely and be aware there, be weather aware and keep up with our updates. So let's see. It shows like Western Asia, some rain in northern Iran next 5 days, in Georgia, Azerbaijan, southern Russia, and like in Yemen there, in southern Oman, a little bit of storm still in Yemen, and especially some rain in northern Iran there. The GFS has also some rain there, also the snow in Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and shows like in Yemen, some storms too. And there's the icon, shows a similar thing there. So be aware. Alright, showing more rain through western Russia there because some systems in Europe. So yeah, so be careful in those areas. In the daytime, temperatures are still hot throughout southern India. It's still showing like tomorrow some 40 degrees in southern India according to the European, some 42 degrees in Pakistan, so still very hot there, so be aware. And some hot temperatures across some areas of China too, and very cold there because of that cold snap, so shows a lot of negative temperatures throughout eastern Kazakhstan, China and Russia there, especially Russia. We explained better in the cold snap video, but shows some very negative temperatures throughout Russia there. Then throughout Saturday the cold snap moves from Mongolia, some very negative temperatures throughout Mongolia into eastern Russia later, so be aware. And like on Monday it's even showing like on Russia there minus 23 degrees Celsius parts of eastern Russia, so be careful with that cold too. Some other areas still warm during the day, like Southeast Asia in the low 30s, 20s, so yeah, be aware there. And stay safe from the system near Japan. Monitor this next system. Stay safe in Nepal and India there from this rain.